Hello people, welcome to the month of Manuary. What is Manuary? Where we are focusing on manly things and only manly things. Not like other series of videos I've done. This is just straight like adrenaline, testosterone, as much as you could possibly handle. What we've got coming up, aside from the video I'm recording right now, obviously, we got a Max Payne review. Of course, if you're going to talk about manly and you're talking about video games, you're going to talk about Max Payne. We got a Hitman review, Hitman Absolution, once I get around to beating that. A lot of these guys are bald, and I don't really know why. That was a complete coincidence. We got a review of the Berserk movie coming on, which I'm not even going to touch on because, let's be honest, I could spend a whole 20 minutes talking about how awesome that movie was. And then we have what the topic of this video is today. Now let me start off by saying that a few months ago, a little bit over the summer I think, whenever it wasn't too long ago, I had made a review of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OVA series. It was part 3, which I think is called Stardust Crusaders. I'm not 100%, it's Stardust something, so don't get all, uppity about it. And I had said in that video that they really should make a full anime adaptation of the whole entire series, not just part 3, because, let's be honest, they have really not done this series any justice outside of the manga and like the one fighting game we got and like a few other, they made like pachinko games or something like that over in Japan. But really there has not been that much service done to the series at all. And I think a little Japanese birdie must have heard me, because not only did we get a brand new 2012 anime series going from part 1, I guess they're going to just keep on going all the way until they're caught up to the manga, and we're getting a brand new game for PS3, and yeah, just PS3, I'm not sure, but that also spans the whole entire JoJo's Bizarre Adventure timeline. Now, we are only reviewing part 1 today, which is Phantom Blood. Part 2, I just don't even want to get into part 2 right now. There's only 3 episodes in, but I'm already like, I'm like addicted, man. Like I need more. Like the episode that is coming out, which is 13, which should come out today, I've been checking. I need to see what happens because it's just over the top. We're talking about part 1 though, Phantom Blood. This is an anime that is just over the top and it really just pulls you in right from the beginning. Little bit of a synopsis to go about. It stars Jonathan Joestar, who is the son of some rich Joe Star guy. I forget his name, sorry. It's been a few weeks since I've watched part 1. And what pretty much happens is Jonathan Joestar's dad ends up getting in an accident and his wife dies. Jonathan survives, and then this old guy, I forget his name, but his last name is Brando, so we'll just call him Old Man Brando. So Old Man Brando comes along, and he's trying to like take things from the Joestars, and then Jonathan Joestar's dad wakes up and thinks that Old Man Brando saved him. So he offers Old Man Brando a, anytime you need anything from me, I'm there for you. And Old Man Brando is a crooked motherfucker. So yada yada yada, you go through the first, this is all like first episode stuff, so I'm not really spoiling anything. The series moves very quickly, if you've watched it, you can vouch for me. And so yada yada yada, it ends up that Old Man Brando dies, and before he dies he gives his son Dio Brando, Dio, the infamous Dio throughout the whole entire JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga. He gives Dio a note saying, go visit the Joestars, you can go live with them. And Dio is a corrupt motherfucker, straight, like, even before he puts the mask on, he is just out of this world twisted. And so Jonathan and Dio, like, grow up together. Dio's always trying to screw with Jonathan, and, like, because Dio wants to be, like, the ultimate, like, most successful, better than his father ever was. You can really tell there's something mentally wrong with this guy, straight from the moment he opens his mouth. He's very sick, he's very twisted, and he's very cunning. Unlike most anime villains these days, where they're like designed for little kids or whatever. And so, yada yada yada, whole bunch of stuff happens. And Jonathan ends up having to go kill Dio, because Dio put this powerful mask on, and they're like, discover it's really, I don't want to get into it too much, because it kind of not really spoils the rest of the Phantom Blood, but I think watching it and just discovering it for yourself is way more fulfilling than me telling you what the hell happened. Holy shit, though. This series, it takes off running and it never stops. There's an awesome fight or something awesome that's engaging and gripping happening every single episode. And I mean literally every single episode. It's not like, I'm trying to think of an example. The more mainstream animes where it's a slow beginning, they have to kind of introduce you to the characters and, you know, maybe like a minor thing happens in the first few episodes just to like, you know, your typical like, for example, I'll think of it, the first episode of Cowboy Bebop. Not a huge episode, not a revolutionary episode, it just kind of sets the scene for what's going to happen. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is just like pure, just takes off running and never stops. And it never really loses you either because you're always, it manages to explain what's happening in the story and explain it in a way that's simple, and but it's not like cutting corners, you know what I mean? It's still a very fulfilling, I guess, explanation of what's going on. But oh my god, are the fights in this show just like out of this world. It's like, I hate really talking about Naruto and comparing things to Naruto, but like I'm watching this show, and I think one of the most recent Naruto chapters, which by the way is some bullshit because they killed Neji, you know, spoiler alert, but I'm not even going to get into that. But like I'm watching and I was reading comments on Neverworld's video, or I was reading on his Facebook or something like that, and they were like, oh my god, I love Naruto and Hinata had some Naruto saved by Hinata. I have no fucking idea. The series is completely all of lost cause to me at this point. But I'm reading what these people are saying. They're like, oh my god, I really hope Naruto happens. Naruto and Hinata are perfect for each other. Sasuke and Sakura are like all this like relationship bullshit. And I'm like, people, why are you not watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? It's the characters, Jonathan, and he ends up eventually meeting with this girl, and that's whole twisted into the story. You care about the relationship, but most of all, you just want to see Jonathan Joestar kick ass with some ripples. What are ripples? Now, this might be for someone, let's say, who's only seen part 3, and they only know about the stands, which are like the spirits that come out. Ripples are like the beginning precursor to that. It's where you like control your breathing somehow, and how you're just really powerful just how you control your breathing, and like, I don't know, it's really complicated. I just like seeing the battles. I don't really like to pay attention as to how the powers happen. But just every single fight and every single episode there is something worthwhile. Filler, you can just throw that right out the fucking window, because as far as I'm concerned, this series so far has just been straight action and good engaging story the whole entire way through. And it's only 10 episodes in. You know, part 1 ends, I think, at the end of episode 9, or maybe episode 10, I can't really remember. I think it's the end of episode 9 is the end of Phantom Blood. But it is just, from this point on, I'm going to watch this series every single episode I can find, the moment it comes out and I can find it. And I'm usually not like that with anime. Usually I like to wait until there's a little bit, you know, a good chunk, and I can just kind of watch it all, because I like to do the marathon watch, where you just pop another episode in, pop another episode in, pop another episode in as soon as the next one's done. But I literally whipped through all 12 episodes in about a day, maybe 2 days. And the best thing about this show is that they have Roundabout by Yes, the band, if you've never heard of them. They're great, progressive, blah blah blah. Yes is the band they chose for the ending song, and I'm like, they designed this perfectly for my tastes. There is nothing more. Animation flawless, music great, you know, pacing and all of that stuff fantastic so far. People, don't watch Naruto. Don't read the stupid gay manga where all they write about is, I love Naruto, I love Naruto Sakura, I love Sasuke Sakura. Like, you are just, literally, you are just taking your man card and you are just ripping it up and saying, I'm not a man yet. I have no place in society except for being a little boy. Well, I guess that's pretty much everything I have to say about JoJo's. When part 2 finishes up, I'll probably do a review of that. It'll probably have the same exact things to say, but I'll at least be able to talk more in depth about the story. I just wanted to give my first initial thoughts, I guess. And I will see you guys as MANUARY rolls on. Peace out.